Hey guys, it's Carrie. Here with another video on anxiety. This one is about anxiety about starting a new job. So tomorrow I start a new job, and being that I have anxiety, it's extremely difficult for me to get the courage up to do this, and because I get so nervous and it's like this feeling, the nerves, and I don't know what to expect, and all these what ifs questions come about, and you just don't know what's gonna happen when you get there. So it's normal. I know it's normal to be nervous before you start a new job because it is everything new, new people, new systems, new everything. So I know it's normal, but I'm still really, really nervous about it. Um, I'm sure other people have probably gone through this. It just seems like it's gonna be so hard. Like, it seems like the closer it gets to like the time I would start, the more nervous I get. So, this is the day before. So this is me being this nervous the day before I start the job. So, um, again, this is another video where I want to show the real what anxiety really looks like and be very vulnerable and show you the struggles that people with anxiety go through. And it's, I guess people don't talk about it that much because it's so hard to talk about, because it just makes you feel so awful and weird and alone. And but anyway, so this one, I wrote some notes down about starting a new job and try to help myself get through this, and hopefully somebody else can watch this and this will help them get through it too. So one of the things that they suggest is to talk to somebody that you trust about your fears. Definitely somebody, a close friend, somebody that you trust, somebody that knows you and knows that you have anxiety and nerves and stuff, and that can help you through it, hold your hand, tell you everything's gonna be okay. My mom, that's my mom. My mom does that all the time. Um, and remember that it is normal to have nerves. Everybody has nerves when they start a new job because everything's new. Absolutely everything's new. And just remember that they have hired you for a reason. So you got this job. So it's not like they just picked you off the street and threw you into this position. They know that you have the qualities, the capabilities to do this job. So just remind yourself that they want you there and they think you're going to do a good job. So then you have to think about yourself in the way of, you know what, they think I have these abilities. I'm going to think about that too. I'm going to think that, you know what, they think I have the abilities. I'm going to think I do too. And just kind of like roll with that and try to make yourself feel better in that regard. Um, if you definitely need to while you're there at the job, deep breathing is definitely helpful. I have positive affirmations also, and self validation. Basically, be kind to yourself, be nice to yourself. The last thing you want to do is be beating yourself up during the job when you get there, because that's not going to help anything. So deep breathing definitely helps if you need to take a minute and maybe go to the bathroom and just deep breathe for a while or something. And then when you're there, just kind of focus on the job and focus on learning and try to like take your mind off of your anxieties and kind of like focus on learning the new skill that you're going to be doing. Um, Definitely keep a positive attitude, which I know that a lot of times with anxiety, there's a lot of negative thoughts, negative feelings that you have, and it's just best to try to keep as positive as possible. Think about like the good things, the good reasons why you're there, the reasons the positive reasons why you're there, for the money. And actually, it helps if you have anxiety and you are starting a job. It does help to get out and be around other people and, be in circumstances that are kind of out of your comfort zone. Because I know that my house and, you know, my cats, they're like my comfort zone. So I kind of, when I leave that, I feel like it's overwhelming because um I just get really nervous and anxious. And I guess that I looked it up too, and it said that you should also identify the source of the anxiety, like exactly what it is that you're worried about. So I thought about this one, and I guess for me, for starting this job, I guess I'm worried that I'm not going to do a good job, um, that they're not going to like me, that I can't, that maybe I don't get along with some of the other people, or they don't like me, or how there's cliques sometimes in companies. And I guess just I don't feel like confident in myself that I can definitely do this. And that's the entire point of anxiety, is the low self-confidence and self-esteem, at least I've found. Um, Something else that I wanted to mention with anxiety is that it's your mind. You have anxiety. The whole reason why you have anxiety is because your mind is trying to protect you from something. So if something unknown that you're about to do, your mind, is in protection mode. Like, okay, something could happen, something negative could happen with this. I want to avoid this at all costs. So your mind kind of puts these anxious thoughts on your mind, and like maybe it's not going to go well, or maybe I'm not going to do good, and maybe I shouldn't do it at all, and all these like negative things come, like trying to protect you from doing this thing that really isn't that scary, other than the anxiety aspect of it. Our minds are like animal minds, and they are trying to protect us from predators and stuff like that. But, that kind of, in this world, we don't really have to worry about that kind of stuff in the anxiety, but it's still there because it's still trying to protect us. So if you just really try to remember the reasons why you wanted to take this job and the benefits that you're going to get from it, because they're going to outweigh the negatives in the anxiety. And honestly, and this is what I'm trying to do, is by starting this job, trying to build my self-esteem more, build my confidence more. So show myself that I can do it, and gain and learn more about myself, you know, and interactions with other people and stuff like that. So I can be less anxious, and I can try to do more things in the future, like that I'm scared of. So, I really hope that you guys can get something out of this. My putting all this out there is pretty anxiety inducing, because I don't really want people to see this side of me, and I hide it pretty well when I'm out in public and stuff, and I'm sure people with anxiety do the same thing. But so I hope this helps somebody, and if you are starting a new job, just trust yourself and believe in yourself that you can do it, because you can. You really can. An absolute worst case scenario, if you absolutely hate it, if the job's not for you, if it's not your thing, you can always step away from it. You can always leave. You can always find a new job. So it's not like it's life or death. It's just a challenge. It's just a fear that you can and you will overcome if you just do it. So I hope this helped, and I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.